I think I literally should create a checklist for going live. But anyways, let's build that. So I am at the Automate This website at the rebuild, and yeah, it's interesting. So let's see. I built Sally, as you may know, this one, which is my project management system. So my entire team, so like with real humans, has or is using Sally for the project. So for the different projects, with lots of different workspaces in here. We have in each workspace, we have different projects in here and so on. And also I created profiles, like in Sally, I created profiles. It's simple, just an email address for a profile to add my agents, like my bot agents. And these are hosted on the server. And I have 4. So I use Hermes or Hermes. So in German, I would say Hermes. So I use Hermes as an agentic system. I switched from OpenClaw a few days ago because, yeah, I just did it. And it works pretty nice. But as always, AI is a little bit stupid, even though I'm using GPT-5.4, because GPT-5.4 is a great all-around reasoning system, not especially on code, but I also use it for coding right now, just to like make the process a little bit easier in defining everything. But yeah, I have a project manager, and this project manager is my go-to channel here in Telegram. And the project manager has the ability to scan all the workspaces, everything inside Sally. So the project manager is basically a workspace owner for each workspace. So not each of them, but for each of them where I want my agents to work on. So obviously Pavel is, so my project manager here is called Pavel. And Pavel is workspace owner of Automate This. And in Automate This, we have this project, Automate This website rebuild. And yeah, I prompted it before to analyze and to get everything into the right order, because in Sally you have these task numbers. Here I also have this old numbering system, but this is just because I created the tasks before I added the task numbering system in Sally. Anyways, now we have these task numbers, and underneath that we also have a task order. So my project manager can now get the tasks into correct order, which is not necessary. No, it's surfaced here. So that's the reason why the task numbers are not like concurrent, because the project manager ordered the tasks into the right order, how they should be done, so they don't block each other. So, and we can have dependencies inside Sally as well. So the coder, the coding agent, now got tasks assigned from my project manager, and the coding agent should now start reading the tasks. And this is what I'm struggling with right now. It's a little bit annoying because I created this outline already inside my server, and I told it, okay, you need to, so your job as a project manager is basically to analyze the tasks, get it in the right order, assign it to the right profile. So we have a coder, we have a marketer, we have infrastructure, and we have project management. So assign it to the right profile. And then nudge this profile to do it. But it doesn't do it. So it assigns it and then it just waits and doesn't do anything. So my ideal outcome is to assign it and then it actually does the thing. It also has a cron job where it needs to check every 15 minutes what's going on and should push the process forward, but it doesn't do it yet. So this is what I want to do now, and in order to not break anything for my clients, obviously I need to do this on our own website. It's a live website, so it's kind of interesting, but yes, let's just do it. So, okay, let's go here. Not yet. So I asked, is Maxime working on it? So this is the coder now. I just use the names from team members because then it's easier for me to like, get them into my own brain. So, okay, not yet, at least not according to Sally. Current status for Maxime's new. That's really interesting. Not according to Sally. I mean, it's please check on the server if Maxime is working on it. If not, nudge him to start. That's really interesting. So, but yeah, let's see. I mean, I need to fine tune this, I guess, to a certain point until it starts working, and then I go on holidays, or I don't know. Probably not. Probably then I start working even more. So it's so funny. People always talk about how AI, how they spend less time because they have AI running now. But I have the feeling I spend more time because I have AI running and I just do more. More projects, more everything. So server check. I do not see evidence that Maxime is actively working on it right now from this machine. Sally check. Everything is backlog, so there's no I already nudged him and Sally on task 4 with an explicit PM start now instruction. No, he does not appear to be working on it yet. I've already nudged him to start. Okay. And now, let's make it easy. Let's play dump. I think the best thing is in general to play. I mean, it's the same thing with if you work with somebody, you don't tell them what to do. You tell them where you want to go and then ask them how they would go there. So I try to do basically the same with AI, which gets more and more and more possible because reasoning gets better. Of course, it's expensive, but I mean, a human is more expensive than AI. So I guess it's the right way to like build these systems, not to micromanage too much. Of course, we need to micromanage a lot because it's still AI and it's still stupid and it still doesn't really know anything but logic. So yeah, but we still need to tie it down to actually use docs and so on, because yeah, it always assumes how something works, but it never knows, which is really interesting or really disturbing sometimes. But anyways, right now, still no movement. That's really interesting. So let's check here. So the PM, okay, none. Pavel nudged Maxim to work on the first task, but it seems that Maxim doesn't do it. Why? So, and this is, I mean, in my dream world, I would create an agentic system for each project and then have a project manager and just post whatever we had in our meetings and so on. And the project manager creates the project. This would be this would be amazing. So, but in reality, it's not as easy. Or at least for me. Maybe there are people who just know how everything works, but for me it's not that easy yet. Even though I'm working with AI since 2022 already on a daily basis. So, because Maxim was not actually invoked. Okay, yeah, but what the heck? What I checked, Maxim's gateway is healthy, pro for running, blah, blah, blah. Did act in Sally, he commented. But Maxim, this is a direct consequence of operating model. We said, yes, of course, but that's so, it's a little bit annoying because actually, no, we don't need that. Because actually, I just make this a little bit easier so you can maybe see it. Actually, we said that this should be possible. Music is no. Do not use, yeah, of course we don't. Okay. So the situation is Pavel moved the task in Sally, but Maxim was not actually triggered. This is a direct consequence, direct telegram. Okay. Can Pavel actually invoke Maxim and post anything within the server? I don't think so. That's the funny thing. I let Hermes create a Hermes system and it confuses itself, I guess. So again, LLMs assume that something would work, but it doesn't. Let's see if this still works. Oh, I'm so... Can you even see this? Oh my God, that's so stupid. Look at that. I didn't change. Anyways, okay, now you see everything. Dum, dum, da, da, dum. So it's a very funny thing, the live stream for me. And I'm just practicing. I mean, nobody's watching anyway, so If you are here, say hi. Okay. Bum bum bada bum. Yeah, now I know why. That's a little bit stupid because we should do it like this. So extend, and then I just put this here. I should have done this before, then I would have seen what's going on. Yeah, anyways. So still no movement, blah, 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 blah. And now you see everything here, which is great. Yes. Okay. avoids broad self-pooling, matches your orchestration design web. I should wire power so you can actually invoke Maxime on the server. Yes, a task is assigned up. No other active task unless parallelism was explicitly allowed. Yes. Power directly invokes Maxime. Best near-term option. Power detects a task is routed to Maxime. Power starts a direct coda one-shot run on the server. Passes task workspace project context. Maxime begins working immediately. Maxime gets a narrow cron. Checks only tasks assigned to Maxime at Okay, yes, do that. Let's start. Let's see if this actually changes anything. It's kind of annoying, but what can I do? What can one do? Nobody can. So the only problem when I'm the only problem when I am doing live streams is that I can't really do anything else. So case studies on saying yes. Okay, yeah, that's nice because these are the new thingies already. We built these the last time. So if you're interested how we did that, we did that with AI as well. Familiar, we should talk. Ah yeah, here are still these problems. That's a live site, live website right now. So of course, this should be a little bit different. Handover process. Nice. Okay, that's good. Yes, so let's see. Oh yeah, okay. This is changing the system for giving Pavel the necessary permissions to actually run our agents inside. That's so frustrating, actually. So, because the idea, I need to, because the idea is actually to, like, I'm still not sure what the best process is. Maybe if you have an idea, just let me know. But I'm still not sure what the best process is in order to invoke an agent, like a specialist agent, which gets a task assigned. Because if we could do webhooks, for example, so we could send a webhook to Hermes and to this profile, especially if something happens in Sally. We don't have webhooks yet there, but we're going to have webhooks, obviously, because it's easy, or it's nice to have. We have a great MCP, so everything works over MCP right now. When an agent gets invoked, he reads MCP, gets whatever whatever they should work on, and then works on it. But the problem with webhooks is is scheduling, actually. If we send like lots of webhooks at once, for example, like Pavel is just taking a look on, okay, which tasks need to be done. For example, here, 1, 2, 3, 4 tasks, and then he assigns them to Maxime, and Maxime then would get 4 webhooks immediately. Maybe Pavel even writes something in the comments and also nudges Maxime in the comment. Then Maxime would get another webhook, and so on. So it would be lots of information at once, which overcomplicates things and slows down things and makes them more expensive, because the AI needs to use the LLM, the agent needs to use the LLM a lot in order to understand, okay, what's actually going on. And then it, again, must read everything before it can understand what's the correct order and so on. So I think webhooks is the wrong thing for nudging a specialist. Yes, but I'm not entirely sure about the perfect architecture here. Yeah, anyways, we'll just work on it and see what works best. So I think still the best thing would be to have this one project manager. So every agent has a Sally account and Sally access. Maybe we should do just service accounts in Sally in order to make it easier to so then they don't need a regular profile. They can just have a service account with name and everything. And sorry, I'm so tired. And the best architecture is probably, in my mind, to have one dispatcher, which is the project manager, which does all the work in Sally, basically, assigns, and after assignment doesn't send a webhook, but sends a direct invocation, for example. Like here, Power can now invoke Maxime on the server. Maxime is no longer dependent only on passive Sally nudges. So, okay, that's nice. If you want next, I can integrate this dispatch helper into Power semi-active orchestration. So, of course you should. Oh my God. So production state is now direct dispatch works, but automatic dispatch on nudge is not yet fully integrated into Pavel's loop. Of course you should. Do it now. Oh, come on, man. Okay, so it should work on it, actually. So let's see if Pavel can see here. No, let's wait. We need to wait. Or at least I want to wait until this got integrated. And if yes, then we can work on it. Shows actual code edits being reviewed in that's nice. Coder session was created. That's nice as well. Okay. Another thing, I would rather have one team of agents which have different project context files and understand, okay, I need to work on this task in this project context and in this task in another project context. And I would rather have like 4 or 5 agents like this instead of having a team of 4 for each client. Because if we get sessions right, and if we get memory right, then we could work with this small team and work with one team on everything, which is basically what we do with humans as well. So if we could do this, then it would be basically possible to replace a human team, which is not the ultimate goal, but hey. So this is what I'm trying to understand and trying to build, actually, to make Sally the sole orchestrator where all the information is going, in order to work on tasks, in order to understand context, like project context, and then invoke the correct session. Because if we have like one main session for each project inside an agent, and we compress and compress and compress from this one main session, then, in my opinion, it should be possible to have Maxime use its automate this session for all the work in automate this, and use Maxime for arts.be session for all the work in arts.be, and so on. So to have these different how do you say, to have these different sessions and different project contexts, but with less agents. I think the less architecture is actually better. It's the same like in real architecture. So yeah, let's see if we can do this. Oh no, it's compressing. So let's see.